Hello there. So, been a while since I made a video, but I'm back again for like the 5th time. But I have a very serious topic to cover this time, which is niche communities are no longer niche, and I blame TikTok. So, let me explain. If you look at all these different communities, all these different, stuff like Dexter, Scott Pilgrim, I can't think of any other off the top of my head, but, all these things that were really kind of like, you're a geek, you're a nerd, you're a bit weird actually for liking that. They seem to be the popular thing now for some reason. A great example of this is if you have a look at, I saw a post recently from a school kid in the UK. I don't know if it was secondary school or primary school, I couldn't tell you, but I've heard this a lot, and that's that like all the popular kids are playing Minecraft and Roblox and stuff like that, and they're the popular kids, and I'm thinking to myself, when I was in primary school, I used to play Roblox and Minecraft, and I got called a freak, So what happened? What was with the switch up? Why is that now the popular thing? I know a lot of us in like my generation. I left mainstream school 3 years ago. I started college 3 years ago in September, right? September just gone. And in the UK, college is from when you're 16 to 18, right? I'm turning 20 in January, which is wild. But point is, that's not that long ago, right? 3 years isn't that long. And when I was getting towards the end of secondary school, stuff like Dexter, no one had seen this show but me in my year, right? Like, I obviously didn't talk to everyone in my year, but everyone that I did talk to, they didn't know what Dexter was. When I started college, I was showing people the hype of Dexter New Blood. I was like, look, this is amazing, right? It had already been out for like a year or so. I don't remember. But no one knew. No one knew. And then I managed to convince my friend to watch it, and he convinced another friend to watch it, or at least the beginning of it. And then all of a sudden on TikTok, boom, it's everywhere. And it kind of came on Netflix, so it's more easily available. I've had the box set for years, but point is, it was kind of niche beforehand. It was big when it came out, but for adults, and obviously we all grew up after that. So it's kind of one of those things where, for people my age at least, it was quite niche. And then obviously, like, Scott Pilgrim's making a big rise at the minute, and when I was younger, I remember watching the film or reading the books, or some of them at least, and I loved him, right? I love Scott Pilgrim, I love those books, but no one else really watched it or said anything about it, so it was a bit weird. And I could get into so many other things that were a bit niche then, but it is quite strange how things have changed. And I do blame TikTok, because in the end of the day, I think all these niche things that you would have talked to maybe your friends group, now you're talking to the entire world. You're posting videos about this thing no one knows, and they're getting a lot more traction. And it's not a bad thing, that's not what I'm saying. If anything, it's good, but it is quite weird to see the culture shift so fast. And big things like vinyls and cassettes are getting really big at the minute. Now, I've been listening to cassettes and stuff for quite a while now, and it was like my little niche thing. I'd show up to school with a damn Walkman on my hip, and people were like, what the hell is that? And now it's kind of like everyone knows what it is, and it's no longer niche, so it makes me feel a bit like, oh, that was my thing. That was my cool little thing that no one else really knew about, apart from like 40-year-old divorced men. So yeah, and I think that goes for everything nowadays. Obviously, you post a song that you've made yourself on TikTok, if it blows up, then it's gonna get really big really fast. Look at David, for example. He obviously started off making like music for Fortnite videos that he used to make because of copyright strikes, and then obviously he got big and he started making loads of other stuff, and he came out with Petals to Thorns, I believe was his first album, like his first proper album, and it blew up. He got really big. I mean, Here With Me was everywhere in like 2020. Was it 2020? I believe so. I'm gonna say it is. But you know, and then obviously look what happened. He might have killed a woman, not even a woman, a girl, a young girl, a child. And the worst part is he didn't just kill her, he was in a relationship with her. Obviously nothing's confirmed yet, but that does not mean that I support this man. I am not taking any risks. I'm not going to come out here and go, you know, I support David Still, he didn't do it, and then it comes out a couple of weeks later that he did do it. Yeah, I'm not risking that. Digital footprint is a thing. But yeah, I mean, look at Jacksepticeye, for example. Yes, he's huge YouTuber. Vanos Gaming, huge group. I grew up on these YouTubers, right? I used to watch them all the time. Now, when I was growing up, they were kind of niche, right? Even, you know, watching YouTube in general was kind of niche whilst I was growing up. Watching Markiplier, Jacksepticeye stuff, if you actually mentioned him in class, you just get called a nerd. Or a geek. Or a fucking neek. You know? It was kind of... like, what happened? And, you know, even little movies that I used to watch that I thought were kind of niche, and not anymore. They've been TikTokified, and now they're everywhere. But I think we just need to kind of slow down. I'm so sick of everything moving so fast at the minute because of social media, and I think a lot of my generation are. And you know, I think we need to really think about why is it that we're so drained, right? And sadly, the truth is our parents were right. It really is that damn phone. And I think a lot of us are coming to realize that. And I genuinely believe, I predict that our generation, when we have kids, are going to be the most technologically restrictive parents ever. Like worse than ours were, because I think we're all sick of it. I mean, I've already said to my friends, my son, my daughter, my whatever, they will not be getting a smartphone or access to private internet themselves until like secondary school, because that's when they're probably going to start walking to school themselves, and I want them to be able to call me. But you bet I'm still going to be quite restrictive on how long they get to go on stuff, and they will not have a TikTok or a Facebook or an Instagram until a couple of years later. I don't care. Like, I really don't care. In the end of the day, it's not safe. It really isn't safe. And just look at stuff that's happened to our generation. I'm lucky because I've never experienced any like online grooming or anything. But it is a case of people need to be really careful nowadays. And it's only getting worse. Look at the whole Roblox scandal. I mean, the CEO or whatever wants to bring dating to Roblox. And he wants the minimum age to be 17. Like, that's... what? I mean, in the UK, technically the legal age of consent is 16, but that doesn't excuse it. You will not find anyone, even my age, 18 or above, dating anyone under the age of 18, 16 or 17, even if it's legal. It's wrong. It's just wrong. I mean, what do you mean? There'll be people at the end of college that are dating people that are still in year 11. What? No. It baffles me. It truly baffles me. And I think America have it right with the 18, like, minimum consent age. It makes way more sense. Like, 18 is when you're an adult. Obviously, Americans kind of messed up with the whole drinking and driving thing. No, not together, don't drink and drive, but I mean, like, the age to drink and the age to drive, or whatever else. You have to be 21 to drink. I think driving is like 16, though. Like, what do you mean? You can't consent to have a child, but you can drive a box around that could kill people and yourself. But you can have a child, but you can't drink. It's the same in the UK. I don't get it. We're old enough to drink, smoke, everything else like that when we turn 18, but we're legally old enough to have a child at the age of 16. We can even get married at 16 with like parental consent or something. which is wild. Not that any parent is going to warrant their child getting married at 16, but still, you know, you can start renting at like 17 or something. Like, what do you mean? You can have your own house, you can have your own car, you can drive, you can have a baby, all before you can have your first legal drink. What? Anyway, bit of a side tangent there, but I do think that let's just keep the niche, keep the nerds nerdy, you know. And yes, I'm jealous. You're all going to be saying, "Oh, he's just jealous because he was a nerd in school and all these ones aren't." Yes, I am. You know, why did I have to get bullied for watching Jacksepticeye every night? But these guys, no, they can watch all day, all night, and Vanos Gaming and Dan TDM and whoever else they want, and they will not get bullied at all. Not that I condone bullying at all, but you get the point. At the end of the day, yeah, simples. We need to really cut down on social media. It's a plague. It is a true plague. I mean, look at all the AI slop at the minute. You know, we're cursed. It's a genuine curse. We are stuck in this limbo where every time, you know, there is an advert going around for like a finance thing, and it's some kind of Ring doorbell, but it's just AI. It's like, come on, you know, we don't need more AI. It's done nothing good for anyone. Look at the White House stuff. They're posting AI videos of weird shit. What was the Don't Fear the Reaper, that video? If you've seen that, then you're lucky, or maybe unlucky, I'm not sure. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, because that it's a very strange video. I think JD Vance is playing the drums or something, and then they have the Grim Reaper, or they post that weird video of I don't remember what it was, but it was like the immigration agency or something, and it had this whack ass song behind it. It baffles me. I mean, at least that one wasn't AI. The Fear the Reaper one was, but yeah, just kill the clankers. What can I say? That's the moral of this video. I don't know how we got here, but peace.